the kids to the yard. They're like, your mom is better than ours. Dang right, my snacks are better than yours. I could teach you, but I won't charge.
Hello, party people. I have a lot of recipes to share with you guys today. After school snacks, pretty excited about them. I've had this list planned for quite some time, and then I found out about one of my daughter's allergies to dairy and wheat. So I've adjusted several of the recipes to adapt to her new dietary needs. And I feel like for the most part, all of them, maybe except for one, fit into that category. But of course, they're all going to be delicious. Well, hopefully. I feel like they all look delicious. So I'm gonna share with you everything I plan on making today. I think there's 10 or 11 recipes. There's only a couple of them that you have to cook, which is nice because, you know, what we want for an after-school snack. Did I say activities earlier? After-school activities? I meant after-school snacks if I did say that. We're making after-school snacks, okay? It's chaos, it's back to school season. Last thing we want to do is be in the kitchen all day, whipping up food for everyone in our lives, but we do need them to eat, and we need them to eat something nutritious and delicious. So I feel like these fit into that box. We just wanted something to fill their bellies full of goodness. So here's what I initially had about 50 recipes, so maybe I'll do a part 2 to this. So I narrowed it down to my favorites at the current moment. Sweet potato chicken poppers, sounds delicious. Whole30 strawberry chia seed pudding. Who doesn't want pudding when they come home from school? The best homemade crunch bars. Oh yes! Tell me if you had those in your lunchbox growing up, which, by the way, I should mention, these snacks you can totally put in their lunchboxes. It doesn't just have to be for after school. Some of them will fit for specifically home because it's like apple nachos or something like that, you know, and you can't like, I mean, you could pack that, but whatever, you get what I'm saying. Do what you want, it's your life. Anyway, crunch bars, oh my gosh, these were my favorite thing to get in my lunchbox. I know some people really love the brownies, and I did make a like cosmic brownie kind of treat in a recent vlog, so I'll try to link that below. They were delicious, and I can't even believe that my parents would like pack that in my lunchbox. Here you go, here's 70 grams of sugar for your 11 a.m. snack at school. Crunch bars probably weren't any better. However, I found a recipe that doesn't have any sugar. It has maple syrup. So like I said, I found, you know, healthier-ish recipes. I did find a crunch bar copycat recipe, but it had like a cup and a half of sugar. I'll link that below if you're interested in doing that and you don't really care. I mean, sugar is delicious, I'll say that. Okay, ham and cheese pretzel bites. I don't know if I'm gonna fill them or just make pretzel bites. It depends on how I'm feeling, okay? There's always an option to add more. Pie crust chips with fruit salsa. Who doesn't want some good fruit salsa? Ooh, a little salsa in the afternoon? That's enough. Brownie batter dessert hummus recipe. I'll talk more about that, but I recently bought brownie batter hummus with, it's like a little snack pack. It was super expensive, and I just thought, I can make brownie batter hummus. I know I can, so that's what I'm gonna do. But if you wanna pack it in their lunch boxes with either pretzels or graham cracker sticks, just a nice little treat for them, but also on the healthy side. And my kids all like brownie batter hummus. The base is garbanzo beans, if you're curious, so that's why it's like healthier. It's got protein, it's got fiber, it's got stuff to fill the hole. Do you feel me? Ranch Chex Mix snack. I don't know if we'll get to that. I bought everything to make it, so I'll probably throw it together. Apple nachos, super simple. Peanut butter cookies, 4-ingredient healthy peanut butter cookies. I'm excited. Protein monster cookies. Okay, so I feel like I made protein monster cookies a while ago, and I was kind of like, oh, these aren't that great. What are you talking about? But then I found that I ate them every single. I was like, these are fantastic. I just woke up and I was like, I'll have one of those, and my kids ate them, so I'm gonna make them again and share the recipe with you. So that sounds like a lot. We definitely have our work cut out for us. Let's pop on an apron and get in mom mode. Speaking of mom mode, you know what movie we watched the other night? Beetlejuice. You know how inappropriate that movie is? Oh, you know what other soundtrack I've been listening to lately? Grease 2 soundtrack and wildly inappropriate. How did my parents let me watch that movie when I was like, I don't know, I must have been 9 years old or something. This is too tight. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to make first. Maybe the sweet potato chicken poppers, because that's the first recipe that I have. Dang it! You know, I can't figure out this apron. The first time I wore it, I thought it looked fantastic. And every time I've worn it after that, people are like, oh, are you pregnant? I'm like, so here's what we're going to need for the sweet potato chicken poppers. It's paleo and AIP. You know what? I don't even know what that means. So you're going to need some chicken. We're gonna ground this. Oh, just you wait. I'm excited to share it with you. You need some sweet potatoes, garlic powder, onion powder, coconut oil for cooking, and this is unflavored. So if you're not into the flavor, you can grab this or use like a neutral oil. I assume you can use any oil, vegetable oil, avocado oil, anything you want. Salt and pepper. You only need a little bit of flour, like a couple tablespoons. So if you don't have, I'm using gluten-free flour, you can probably also use any type of flour, almond flour, normal flour, oats even, and then a couple sprigs of green onion. You think these will do me? I know everyone keeps telling me, just put them in a cup of water, they'll grow. I've done that before. I don't know, that's okay. You also need 2 pounds of sweet potatoes, and I have more sweet potatoes, but I feel like this is too, you know what, let me get my scale. You guys know my scale is always really accurate. Yeah, it's pretty okay. So if you watched my previous What's for Dinner recipe, oh, have I found out the best life hack that I've ever known, and where's the rest of my food processor? And that is making your own ground chicken. What? If you have a food processor, the possibilities are endless, my friend. I'm making my own stinking ground chicken. You need a pound of it. I don't know, where's my scale? I would say this is 1.5 pounds. Anyway, so I checked in my local grocery store, which charges a lot for meat in general. Ooh, I need a knife. And guess how much they charge for a pound of ground chicken? $5.69 or something around those lines. 2 chicken breasts going straight in here. Such a beautiful sight. I mean, if you don't have a food processor, obviously it's cheaper to buy ground chicken than it is to buy a food processor. But then over the years, how many times are you gonna buy ground chicken? I'm just saying. You guys have to see the magic. It's unbelievable. Are you ready? And that's it. Wow. Look at that. Oh, also I went to Target and look what I found. It's my favorite treat, Himalayan salted dark chocolate almonds. Oh, I'm drooling, but look at this container I got it in. It's for the Himalayan salted dark chocolate almond addict. So keeping that right there. Just take a peek on that. Look, it's ground, all of it. It's incredible. It took me seconds to do. I've been making my own ground chicken, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okay? Next thing I'm gonna do is shred some potatoes, which I'm sure you can put in the food processor as well, but I am just going to use like a cheese grater. I personally love sweet potatoes. I think they're underrated. I don't think we eat them enough, and they're such a rich source of so many vitamins and nutrients. I mean, I know they're rich in fiber and iron. I don't really know what else. Okay, I just Googled it. There's also calcium in here, vitamin A, C, potassium, vitamin B, a couple vitamin Bs, and E. I'm just getting some of the nooks and crannies out of here, the skin. All those vitamins, it's definitely something I want my kids to be pumped about. And my kids are pretty good about eating vegetables, so they actually enjoy cooked sweet potatoes. But if your kids don't, this is a great way to hide them. Okay, I'm just gonna take my cheese grater and hope for the best here. Oh yeah, that's working out pretty well. I mean, you can certainly do this in your food processor if you already have it out, but honestly, I have good days and bad days with my food processor. So I'd rather just do this. Plus, this is more visually appealing, especially in fast motion. Okay, wasn't that fun? I actually just reread the recipe, And you only need 2 cups of sweet potatoes, not 2 pounds. So I think 1 sweet potato will do us. That's about 2 cups, 2 good handfuls there. So I'm gonna add this to my chicken. I'm gonna make sure to get it all in. I don't wanna miss out on any of those vitamins and nutrients. And I think in general, sweet potatoes have a pretty mild flavor. Well, you know what, just kidding. I'm gonna put this in a big old bowl. Mostly because I have a lot more ingredients to add to it and I don't necessarily need to pulse it. And plus it's like way past the fill line, so there's that. We need about 2 tablespoons of oil, a 1 and a 2. 2 tablespoons of any kind of flour that you like. I imagine that's just to bind it together. I wonder if you can use an egg as well. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Good. And then some salt and pepper. I almost forgot some green onions as well. Can't forget to put my little green root in some water. Okay, so then you just mix this all together. You could also add some chili powder or paprika just to add a little bit of spice and flavor if that's your thing. However, it is not AIP approved, which I still have no idea what that means, but if you live that AIP life, just know that. I just want to make sure all those seasonings are nicely distributed, and then I will roll them into balls and put them on a cookie sheet. Okay, and I'm just going to take a cookie scoop, but you can certainly just take a spoon or whatever you want and make little balls. Maybe flatten them out. They looked pretty flat in the picture. But just for portion control, I'm gonna use a little cookie scoop. Throw these in the oven, 411 degrees for about 20 minutes. Let's tidy as we go. Moving on to some strawberry chia seed pudding. Okay, what do we need? Unsweetened almond milk. Well, my daughter's also allergic to nuts, so that's been really fun. We used to only do almond milk, but I did buy some oat milk, which I think would work perfectly fine, like very similarly. Chia seeds just need something to draw moisture from, and it becomes similar to like a tapioca, and it's delicious. I used to make chia seed pudding, I guess, and eat it for breakfast. Chia seeds are so rich in omegas, which is great if I can find mine. Oh my gosh, if I have any. Oh, okay, I've got plenty. It's fine. You also need some vanilla, and I wanted to make these pretty early on because it does need time to set, and I'm gonna leave it in the fridge. We need some strawberries, and I'm gonna use frozen strawberries because you blend it up. Oh my word, and can I tell, hold on, I'm parched. I need to hydrate. You should hydrate too. Your vessel. Oh, okay. So we're gonna make it in a big bowl, and then we can transfer, once it becomes like a pudding mixture, then we can put them in little small jars. I did recently buy some like pudding containers. I almost got some real fancy like ball jars. I saw them at Home Goods and I thought, you should buy those, Kim. And then, you know, I talked myself out of it. But I did find these at Target, which are pretty cute. They're, you know, containers, and then they have a little top where you can put granola or even like fresh strawberries or nuts or whatever you want to add to it. So I think these are a great little container for on the go, you know? So what do we do? Does a food processor work the same way as a blender? Because I think that's just what I'm gonna use. Oh my gosh, remember when I bought that huge flat of strawberries? I think I got 2 flats and I froze some. Well, this is the some that I froze, and it is a solid block. Oh my gosh, you guys, I hurt my hand when I was putting those chicken sweet potato things together. Ow! Ew! It's really killing me. So you only need 2.5 cups of frozen strawberries, but oh gosh, I can't. I'm gonna microwave this a little bit and see if I can cut half of it. Reproduction, is that all you think about? This is gonna make a lot of chia pudding. Cha-cha-cha-chia. 3 cups of oat milk or milk of your choice into a whatever you want. You know what my kids do when they have friends over? They put fruit in a Ziploc bag and bang on it and squish it, and they make their own smoothies, and you know what? They have the time of their lives. They write about it in their diaries. Oh, it's so cold. Okay, 2.5 cups of strawberries, or really any fruit of your choice. And honestly, to make chia pudding, oh my gosh, I'm getting frostbite. You really only need milk and chia seeds. So this is just, I can't do it. Oh, my fingers hurt. Let's try again. Okay, I've reached my max fill line, so this will have to save for another day. Pop a lid on it. Oh no, wait, we add a little bit of vanilla, which I feel like is kind of unnecessary because I think I got vanilla oat milk, just a smidgen there, and let her rip. Oh my gosh, can you smell this? Ooh, I almost dumped it out. It smells so good, it smells fake. Oh yeah. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Like, you know, 9th, 10th grade cheer camp. Ooh, it's still a bit chunky in here. I just hold the chunks. I had this VO5 strawberry shampoo and conditioner. This is it, man. Really bringing me back. Anyway, that's fine because I reread the recipe. You would think I would reread the recipe before I begin, but that's just not real life. You need 3/4 cup of chia seeds. Anyway, so I reread the recipe, and you only need 1 cup of fruit to blend with your milk. I can't see the measuring lines. That's fine. So just pour it in. That's more like a cup. You want to see what this looks like? It looks pretty good. Tell me you're not excited about this. Oh man, I'm excited about this. It's like a chia seed smoothie kind of. Well, I guess it's pudding is what it is. So I'm just gonna give it a good mix, and then you're going to leave it on the counter for 10 minutes. Mix it again, and then throw it in your fridge to really let those chia seeds soak up all that goodness. Chia seeds are so great for us. It's another thing that we should really eat more of, or I should really eat more of. I definitely don't eat them enough. They're rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, fiber, iron, calcium, all the good stuff that our body craves. So here's a before of the texture of the, whatever you want to call this, batter pudding. And then as it sits, it will thicken and thicken. So I'm just gonna shove that aside. Okay, moving on to the best. The best. You guys know it's true because everything you read online is factual. So according to the big man's world, these are the best homemade crunch bars. I love how it says Cuisine American. Prep time, 2 minutes. Challenge accepted. It'll take me a solid 5 minutes just to get the ingredients out. You need crispy rice cereal, which I just bought some. Chocolate chips, I'm using our dairy-free chocolate chips. They're an Enjoy Life brand. And these are dairy-free. They're free of a lot of the allergens, so I highly recommend these. They are delicious. We've been using them for years. Peanut butter, maple syrup, and then some more coconut oil. So I guess we'll whip these together in 2 minutes. And these are no bake, so you just let them sit. Okay, so I need a measuring cup and a mixing bowl and a spatula. And then we're gonna press them into this 8x8 pan, which isn't technically an 8x8 pan, but it's what I have, so I use what I have. Big man's world is severely deranged if he thinks that I can whip all of this up in 2 minutes. You have to, he says to get out your pot, head on over to the stovetop and start melting stuff. Are you kidding me? I'm just gonna do it in the microwave. You need 1 cup of peanut butter. Take me 2 minutes just to get the dang peanut butter out. 1 cup of peanut butter, here we go. And I imagine you can use any nut butter, or how about sunflower butter if you're allergic? Or you wanna pack these for your kids, but they're in a nut-free school. I know that's a big thing. I'm already excited for these and I just smell the peanut butter. You need 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. And that's all she wrote. Guess I can do a little more and like fill up my jar. Pretend I have my life together. It's already been way over 2 minutes. 1/2 cup of maple syrup in here. There we go. Maybe a little more. I don't know. Oh, and 1/4 cup of coconut oil, and you can substitute this for some grass-fed butter, which is definitely something I don't have. I'm gonna give this a good mix, and then I'm going to pop it into my microwave because I just don't feel like getting out a pot. and then like dirtying a pot and a bowl. Well, I guess if I did it in a pot, I wouldn't have to dirty a bowl. Well, that's what the instructions say. Doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. I'm doing it in my microwave and you can't stop me. 30-second increments. This is after 30 seconds. This is after 1 minute. Almost there. Okay, I did 15 more seconds, and the directions do have a 1 minute cook time. So I would say that is inaccurate as well, okay? I feel like that's good enough. I still see a couple of chocolate chips that are not melted, but that's okay. That'll just add to the texture. I'm going to add 3 cups of rice cereal. It is called Crispy Rice? Really? Called Crispy Rice. Rice Krispies, a snap, crackle, pop. Do you hear them? What are they saying? Eat me. My dad would always say they say eat me, but they in fact say snap, crackle, and pop. If you wanted to make this a healthier treat, you can certainly either add some flaxseed to this or even add brown rice cereal. I know they sell that. I don't know. To me, I feel like it needs more snap and crackle. That's what it said though, 3 cups. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna line this with a little bit of parchment paper, and I learned a trick from Cordon Bleu. And by that, I mean the comment section of the last video where I used parchment paper. If you crumple it up, it'll easily fit into a pan without kind of trying to sneak away from it, you know? Pretty cool if you ask me, and I'm just gonna dump it all in here. If you don't have parchment paper, which I typically don't even use it, but for filming purposes, it is nicer to take it out and make cuts and stuff. You could just grease this or don't grease it. I don't care. What do we do with it now? Refrigerate until firm about an hour, and then we can cut it into bars. You know what? I didn't even do a batter test. I honestly don't know if I'd be able to tell you if it tastes like a Star Crunch because I can't remember the last time I had a Star Crunch. Is there even peanut butter in a Star Crunch? Salmonella, I dare you, even though there's no egg in here. I mean, it tastes great. You do taste the peanut butter, so if you're not into that, use a different nut butter. Almond, cashew butter is really mild in flavor, but I love that crunch it gives you. Oh, I'm excited for these when they're cold. It's great. Oh yeah, that's a treat. Oh, you can also freeze those. You can wrap the bars once they're chilled and cut into bars. You can wrap them and then freeze them. That's a great idea too. Double or triple the recipe. Okay, moving on. Actually, these came out of the oven. Did I show you? Come on closer. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Here they are. Look at those little pops. Just look at them. The little poppers, just waiting to be popped in your little mouth. They look so great. You know what? They've been cooling for a few minutes, so I think I'm gonna take one and do a little taste test. A bon appetit. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. Chicken, vegetables, seasoning. If I do these again, I might add Italian seasoning because I feel like they are lacking a little bit of flavor. The onion flavor is there, but I would definitely add Italian seasoning, hands down. You know what? I need some more water, but Big Man's World did know what he was talking about because that is good. Well, you know what? Did he know what he was talking about? Because he told me it would take 2 minutes to whip together. Okay, it definitely did not. If I was a man, I'd be the man. I would be complex. I would be cool. They say I played the game before I found someone to commit to. When everyone believes ya. What's that like? It's so good! Stop. I'm not the man. I'm not. I'm just a mom trying to make some after school snacks for my kids. Oh man. Taylor Swift is always a jam. I say it every time, you guys. Music uplifts you. I tried to hold it in. I was like, Kim, you don't need a dance break in this video. But you know what? We do need a dance break. And I hope you took one with me. Always need a dance break. Meredith Grey was right. 30-second dance party. Okay, moving on. Pretzel Bites, ham and cheese pretzel. I need a seat. I need to take a seat. My cardio is non-existent. I'm literally sweating. My upper lip is full of sweat. Okay, ham and cheese pretzel bites. I didn't buy ham nor did I buy cheese. So it looks like we're just gonna make some pretzel bites. I am going to try to make them gluten-free because I do have this gluten-free Measure for Measure flour. On Instagram, it's King Arthur. This was actually a decent price, and a lot of you on Instagram said that you really like this brand. There's also like a Bob Mills brand that you guys were raving about. So we're gonna see about it. Come see about me baby. Yeah, see, once you start with the music, I just can't turn it off. I can't. I do need to turn my fan on though because, woo! Oh, by the way, I'm making the pretzels because my oven is still on. I need it to not be on. What do we do? Oh, we need yeast, brown sugar. So, have you ever been to Auntie Annie's, I don't know how it's pronounced. The pretzel place in the mall is what I used to call it. I have to tell you, while I'm looking for this yeast in here, first of all, I need to redo my spice cabinet. I know, I hear you. I just don't wanna, I just have a lot of thoughts and feelings about it. Anyway, I should keep my yeast in the fridge, but I don't, and it's fine. What was I saying? Something about the mall. Oh, okay. I know you guys are dying to get a little bit of insight into my life as a teenager. So when I used to go to the mall, I wouldn't necessarily buy anything because, you know, I didn't have a ton of money. You know, gas was expensive at 95 cents a gallon. But what I always made budget for were the pretzels at Aunt Annie's. And they used to sell, I don't know if they sell it anymore. Let me just do something while I talk to you at least. Okay, I need a bowl. Okay, we need 1 package of dry yeast, which I feel like equates to 2 1/4 teaspoons. And that's just me going off my memory from when I used to make a lot of bread. Really, it was more like a lot of pizza dough, and that was like 10 years ago. So take that for what you will, maybe double check me on Google. We need 1 teaspoon of brown sugar in this mixture, and that just makes the yeast, it gives something for the yeast to feed off of, which there's conflicting evidence on that says yes, do it, and no, you don't need to. 1/4 cup of warm water. So while the warm water warms up, I used to budget and get Aunt Annie's in the mall. I feel like I told you that. Did I finish that story? It was good. All right, we want warm water, not hot water. We don't want to kill the yeast. Give that a little mixy mix. Let this sit for a few minutes, about 5 minutes. I do feel like malls are kind of closing down. They're definitely not as popular as they were when I was growing up. It's like the stores are closing one by one. Amazon's definitely taken over. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in a different bowl. 1 cup of warm milk. This is not warm, but I will put it in the microwave and it will be warm. Is Spencer's still in the mall? There used to be a store like Afterthoughts, Limited 2 I feel like when Limited 2 shut down, that was just the end of it. Justice is no longer in our mall. I know, it's just going downhill. You know, half of our mall is like play places for little ones. I'm still sweating. 110 degrees, that's the temperature we want this milk to be at, and I feel like we really hit the nail on the head here. I'm gonna set this aside. KB Toys is no longer in the mall. I mean, what is there to live for, really? Okay, wow, I really didn't read the instructions on this. You can tell the yeast is getting a little bubbly, so it's alive and well. And then we're going to add 2.5 cups, well, how much? Hold on. 2.5 cups of flour to the yeast mixture. And then we're also going to add the milk in here as well. And then just mix it together until a soft dough forms. There's just something about making homemade bread that makes me feel so domestic. Oh, that's what I wanted to say about Aunt Annie's, is they used to sell the box mix at my local grocery store, but I haven't seen it in years, and it tasted just like the stuff at the mall. So I wonder maybe if that's why they stopped selling it, because then they lost business at the mall. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe they sell it on Amazon. I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, this mixture actually feels really nice. I'm just gonna turn it out onto a floured surface, just like so, and then knead it a little bit until it comes together. This dough is really soft, so I don't know if it's the gluten-free flour that's making it feel this way, but it feels really nice. I'm also unsure what kneading is gonna do to gluten-free flour, because there's no gluten that needs to really produce in this, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of confused. It also says to let this rest for 2 hours. I don't even know if this is gonna rise. I guess it has the yeast in it, so it's gonna rise, but I'll be definitely interested to see how this works out. I did find a gluten-free pretzel recipe, but it called for a whole bunch of weird ingredients, but like a teaspoon of something super weird that I've never heard of before. And I was like, I'm not gonna buy it just for a teaspoon. So I thought, well, I'll just give these a try and let you know how they go. Okay, so here's my dough. Looks good, feels good. I'm gonna let that sit and rise. You can oil it if you want to. I feel like it's not necessary. For 2 dang hours. Plop a thing over it. While that rises, I'm just gonna tidy up a little bit and try to get as many recipes done as I possibly can. Oh, crud, this chia seed. Okay, mix it one more time and then I'm gonna throw it in the fridge. Okay, it's looking good. Looking thick. That's what I like. I have a lid for this and I'm gonna throw it in the fridge. What is all over it? Tell you what, I was really excited about those pretzel bites. The ones you get from Auntie Anne's in the box, you don't have to let them rise, I don't think. Maybe like 15 minutes, but not 2 hours. I will clean this out eventually. It's a hazard at this point. Just shove it and close it real quick. So I live my life. All right, what is next? Fruit salsa. Sounds refreshing. Well, I'm getting all the fruit out that I need. And bad news, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't have enough strawberries. My kids are just eating me out of house in strawberries. So I'm probably going to at least half the recipe because we need 1 cup of diced strawberries. But that's fine, you guys can get the idea, the gist of what it will look like. And really you can put any fruit into your fruit salad. So I'm just gonna start cutting the fruit into pretty small pieces. I have strawberries, pineapple, peaches, and kiwi. But of course you can use anything that you like. And then we're gonna top it with something fresh. And bonus, we're going to make some, what do they call them? Pie crust crisps. And that's what really drew me to this recipe because I thought, oh, fruit is delicious, but I can put fruit out on any day. What I really like to do for my kids for like after school snacks is just put out a charcuterie board of whatever fruits or veggies I have in the fridge and then they just go to town. So I thought to jazz this up, I would make these pie crust chips. I think they have like cinnamon on them. So it's going to be a treat. If you don't have pie crust, I'm sure you can use like tortillas. I've seen people do that as well. So I'm just gonna cut up all this fruit for now. Giving her a little taste of the Star Crunch, I'm going to add the juice of 1 tablespoon of lime. So I guess really just half a lime since I really didn't do, I have basically half the recipe. But doesn't it look beautiful? Oh my gosh, the smell of this citrus, man. I tell you, every time I just want to smell like limes for the rest of the day. You too? 3 tablespoons of honey, which I think is a lot. So I'm just gonna do a couple circles there. Fruit is already so sweet, and then I'm gonna give it a toss. And then let it sit while I make the pie crust chips. I feel like this alone would be a great treat, let alone adding the crisps. Oh yeah, that's so good. Just add, oh, you're squeezing lime juice? Good girl. Oh yeah, add that citrus. Oh, good. She's a regular Julia Child over here. Good girl, Meredith. Oh yeah, you see that juice? That's so good. You want a bite?
No.
Oh. I feel like adding that little bit of citrus really makes it pop. Oh my gosh, I could just eat this in the morning for breakfast. Yum. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. We're moving on. For you, it's been no time at all, but for me, it's been a really long time. 3 tablespoons of sugar, and we're gonna mix that with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I don't measure. I think the more the merrier when it comes to cinnamon. 2 teaspoons or a tablespoon if that's how you like it. Give that a mix. And I'm going to, oh yes. This smells like fall to me. Just sprinkle cinnamon all over the house like vacuum powder. I think that's what I'm gonna do next time. Okay, I'm going to roll out the pie crust. Ooh, now I have to sneeze. Oh man, cinnamon reminds me of Christmas time. I'm so ready for it. So I have 3 tablespoons of butter that I melted, and I use the vegan butter. It's Earth Balance, and I think it's delicious. It tastes very much the same. I don't think you need 3 tablespoons of it. Oh, maybe for 2 pie crusts. Well, I didn't take that into consideration. I really should have only melted 1 tablespoon, because I think I'm only gonna make 1 of these right now. You just brush it over the whole pie crust. And well, I guess hindsight, I should have really only made half of this. Just gonna sprinkle this over the pastry dough. And you can make your own pastry dough if that's your thing. I do feel like homemade pastry dough tastes 1,000,000 times better. Okay, that's about half. We don't wanna go overboard. Maybe on the edges a little. Ooh, maybe you can roll this up and make cinnamon rolls, like lazy way. I'm into it, but for now, I'm just gonna cut these into little pieces. The directions say to cut them into triangles, but I'm not about to do all that. And my kids don't really care. I mean, they won't care if they don't know the difference. And then I'm gonna lay them out on a little sheet tray. Anyone ever make the tortilla version of this for like Christmas? It's great to get your kids involved with Christmas cookie cutters and stuff. And it's a nice, really simple treat. Really simple activity to do with them too. Cook it for 8 minutes. Okay, next up I'm going to whip up some apple nachos. And this is just like a really simple idea. It just presents the treat as something fun and different. Shall I dare say exciting for the kids to eat? I'm just gonna core the apple, and this never really works out for me. I always end up wasting like half the apple because I never get it right in the core, right in the center. I just think I'm too weak. Yeah, that's definitely not in the middle, but and the core gets stuck in there. You know what I always say? If you make food fun, your kids are more, where's my knife? They're more likely to eat it. So I am just going to cut my apple in half. Am I gonna cut my apple in half? Okay, cool, and then I'm going to cut it in half again. I don't even know what I'm, just cut it into little pieces. There we go, there you go. You just gotta find your footing sometimes. I've also seen some people cut apples in rings, core it and then just chop it into rings and kind of make an apple sandwich, and you can put anything you want in the middle. Peanut butter and chocolate chips are a welcomed treat, or really any, Nutella would be nice. Anything that you want, similar to this idea. Oh, this apple combined with the cinnamon in my oven is just giving me all the vibes for fall. Those need another minute. Should I just make it on my cutting board right here? Let's do that. How am I gonna do this? All right, start in the middle and work your way out. I feel like that's a good plan of attack. Okay, I feel like if you can make it look better than that, you're awesome. So I melted some peanut butter, and really you can melt anything that you want, or you can just dip it. You know, apple and peanut butter, that's a classic combo. It's like peas and carrots. I'm just gonna drizzle some. Oh my gosh, look at me. Martha Stewart, where are you? Do I need a spoon? If you're hosting a play date, definitely serve this. If you're trying to impress some people. Oh, ooh, this is what you serve as your after school snack? Oh yes, no big deal. You know what I mean?
It smells like Christmas in here.
Like, this is cinnamon. Avelina feels it. She gets it. Not even sure you can really see the swirl on this. Hold up, I gotta give you a close-up. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Kind of reminds me of Gavin DeGraw when I do it like that. Gavin DeGraw is another underrated artist that I truly adore. I went to one of his concerts once, and Alex caught a pic for me. It's no big deal. I'm just gonna sprinkle it with some of these mini chocolate chips. These are dairy-free chocolate chips, but Again, use whatever the heck you want. And you can, of course, top it with literally whatever you want. If your kids like nuts, you go ahead and throw those on too. And the chocolate chips kind of stick to the peanut butter. This is it. Oh, man. I'll tell you one thing right now. If I came home to this after school and my mom made this, I'd be like, Mom, man, you're so fancy. Let's call it Food Network, okay? And the prep time for this, I would estimate at 2 minutes. Oh, by the way, the cinnamon things are done. Oh my gosh, this pan is so hot. Just came out of the oven. These are chef hands. It's so hot, it's so hot. Can you get a good look at them? My fingers are burning. I'm taking a little taste test. Where's my fruit salad? Okay, here we go. Take a little taste test on the little chip that I have. I can understand why people would want that. Kids especially. I'm more of someone who doesn't like to like mix a lot of food together. So I would eat those and then eat the fruit salad. I would definitely eat both of them, but kind of separate. So I'm gonna move on since my oven is on. We're gonna make the peanut butter cookies, 4 ingredients, and super simple, healthy, no sugar added except for the maple syrup. This is sugar. It's natural sugar. Take that for what you will. I need a bowl. Okay, we all love cookies. We love peanut butter. Do we though? Another one. Questionable. 1 cup of peanut butter. Right in. 1/4 cup of maple syrup. 1.5 tablespoons of flaxseed. It's closer to 1/4 cup. The more the merrier. Flaxseed is full of great nutrition. And then a little bit of salt, and that's it. And then just mix this together. And it's as easy as that. Easy as peanut butter cookies. Okay, I'm just going to use this cookie scoop. I'm spraying it so the batter doesn't stick because it's a really sticky batter. It's mostly peanut butter. You could use a spoon or anything else. It doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to make them look pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a fork and I'm gonna spray this one too and give it that traditional X that you see on peanut butter cookies. Oh my gosh, yes! Healthy peanut butter cookies coming right up, coming right up. Think you need a close-up on this? Ooh. Ah. Uh-oh, that one went a little crazy. We're getting a little crazy over here. Just try to keep it together. Okay, ooh, just be patient with it and it will work. These look delicious already. Throw them into the oven, 350 for about 10 minutes. I tasted some of the batter. Spoiler alert, it is delicious. Okay, this place is getting messy. I've got rocks up here and basically everything else. I figured since we still have the peanut butter out, I'll move on to the protein monster cookie balls. You don't bake these. I don't think. I don't anyway. Okay, you need 1 cup of peanut butter. I don't have quite enough. I might have more peanut butter outside, but I just don't feel like getting it. I will use the rest of this melted peanut butter and it will hold us over. I'll just go shy on all the other ingredients. A little bit of salt, 1/2 cup of honey, just like that. I assume you can also use agave nectar if you have it. 1/4 cup of milk, 3 scoops of protein powder. I think I did finally got rid of my other protein powder. So I have this collagen peptides and I feel like this is good enough. So I'm gonna do 3 full scoops of this. Because my protein powder scoop is probably twice this big. Let me just do 4, why not? Mix it together, is that it? Oh, we need a base. We need some oats in here. I was like, that seems a little weird. 2 cups of oats going right in. I love oats. They just keep you full. And these bowls are packed with protein. All right, now I'm just gonna mix it all together. Oh, but wait, we're not done. Wait, there's more. Where are the chocolate chips? Did I put them away? You need 1/4 cup of mini chocolate chips. I always do a little bit less. Oh, are you done? Woo, they are done. Toodaloo! I overcooked these a little bit. Oh no. Nope, you gotta let them sit on the tray because they're way too soft. Okay, I'm gonna finish mixing this and hope that those don't burn as they sit and cool and harden on that tray. Is that it? I feel like I need more oats. I feel like maybe just a little bit more oats, okay? Oh, right, and then the kicker to these is adding in either M&Ms if you have them, or some sprinkles, just to get the kids jazzed up about it. Oh, these have little marshmallows in them. Oh, that's cute. They're gonna love it. Look at how cute these sprinkles are. Just a little goes a long way, I feel like. What is that, a banana in there? I guess these sprinkles aren't very vibrant. Most of them are white and yellow, but it's still fancy. Ooh, that reminds me of that Reba song. Okay, and then you can let these sit and cool in the fridge and then roll them into balls, or just have your kids eat them with a spoon, because why not? Delicious. Moving on. So I got the cookies on a tray, and I'm not gonna lie, they are very crumbly, but like crumbly cookies are totally in, right? I did taste one. They're like melt in your mouth delicious. So I really like them. I hope that if you try them, you enjoy them too. Let me know if you do try them. It most likely has been 2 hours. I'm just not ready for that yet, but I am gonna throw together some trail mix. Moving on to Ranch Chex Mix Snack. And, well, I'm pulling out all the ingredients and I realized I didn't buy everything you need for this, but I feel like it's gonna be just fine. I'm also not going to make the entire batch because it just seems like a heck of a ton. You need 5 cups of this, but I'm going to add, I guess let's just half it, 2.5 cups. Oh, and when I say this, I mean rice Chex Mix. You know what? It's been a while since I had some. Ooh, that's good. You need 2 cups of cashews or any peanut mix that you like. I'm gonna leave that out, mostly because my kids do eat them, but when it's in a mix like this, they tend to pick around it. 5 cups of pretzels. So again, I'm just gonna do a couple and a half. 3 cups of cheese crackers, which I didn't buy. 2 cups of oyster crackers. When's the last time you had oyster crackers? I'm gonna add a couple more of these. These are great. I feel like if you mix those with ranch seasoning, that would be really great too. Oh yeah, really coming together. Wow, oyster crackers are so good. We have 4.5 tablespoons of butter in here. I melted and I'm going to put all of it. It was less than 4 tablespoons. 1 ounce of ranch seasoning powder. And I asked good old Google, and that's about 2 tablespoons. Maybe a little more for good luck. Oh, actually that's already enough. 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, not gonna add that. 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan, and that sounds delicious, so I'm definitely gonna add a lot of that. Ooh, and then dried parsley flakes. So I don't have any of those, but I do have some Italian seasoning, so I will add a little bit of that. All right, I'm running out of spoons here. I'm gonna mix it all together. I actually can't wait to eat this. Do I have to cook it? Bake in oven for 30 minutes? What the heck am I baking? 300 degrees. Well, I can't do that, so maybe I'll cook it for like 20 minutes. Pour mixture evenly over pan. Can't I just eat it like this? Okay, I am going to go get a pan, I guess. Oh, I know that I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. I'm just gonna grease it a little bit and then dump this delicious mixture right on top of it. Into the oven it goes for about 20 minutes. Look at all this seasoning. It's just lying on the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna take a little taste test here. Oh yeah, you definitely wanna bake that. Ooh, it's heavy on the parm. I mean, it's not bad. I'd eat it like this. Okay, 20 minutes. Well, I'm gonna work on the pretzels now, and I feel like it's just not gonna turn out very well. I'm going to bring a bunch of water to a boil. And this didn't really rise, so gluten-free flour, not sure if it works with like homemade bread, but that's okay. What I'm going to do with these anyway is just try my best to roll them out. Oh gosh, really? Oh boy, this is gonna be a treat. Well, here's my tip for you. If you're using gluten-free flour, just roll them out right away. No use in waiting 2 stinking hours. I feel like it just dried out the dough. We're gonna make it work. Yes, we are. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna cut them into pieces. Maybe a little bit bigger. And I'm going to put baking soda, like a tablespoon of baking soda in the 6 cups of boiling water. And I'm going to throw these little pieces in there and then throw them on a little baking sheet and then throw butter on top of them and then throw them in the oven and then throw them in my dang mouth because I can't wait to eat these. I'm gonna forego the whole like ham and cheese step right now, but if you have time for that, you just roll it out, plop some ham and cheese on there, fold it over like a calzone, then cut it up. Or if you're real fancy, you can make pretzels like at Aunt Annie's or Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne's! You know how they just like whip them together like that? Like, what do? They just whip it and they whip it. You guys know if you've ever seen them roll it out. It's a skill. It's a skill in which I do not possess. Yeah, don't wait 2 hours, dude. Dried out my dang dough. This is coming to a boil. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of baking soda. Awesome. This is crucial to give it that like pretzel flavor. Cannot skip this step as much as you want to. Trust me, I know you want to. And then once this comes to a bubble, all right, cool, that looks good. And I'm gonna throw my pretzel bites in there and try not to burn myself. Don't do too many at once. Do what I say, not what I do. I'm running out of time, so I have to do them all at once. Woo! The party has started. Cause I'm Peter, the pumpkin eater, and the party's just begun. I just realized I don't have another baking sheet. I have green beans cooking for dinner, and I have, what else do I have in there? I got something in there. Oh, that Chex Mix stuff. All right, well, I gotta make it work. Everyone's watching. Woo! Why didn't you tell me it's bubbling over? A bubble, toil and trouble. Okay, a little too much here. Calm down a little bit. I think we just need to let them bubble for that long. And then I'm gonna put them on a little tray over here. So what we have over here are some gluten-free pretzel bites. They're gonna be delicious. I'm going to top them with just a little bit of butter. And then I'm gonna coat them with some salt. Some really nice quality salt. If you don't have salt or you don't like salt, you can top them with cinnamon and sugar and that will be just fine. I'm also quite partial to mustard. How do you take your pretzels? I'll take them any way you'll serve them. My favorite way to eat food is when someone else cooks it for me. How about you? And that's about all the butter I have for today. Okay, now we're gonna get some salt over here. Just a little bit of salt. We're using this really nice Casa de Olivia Mediterranean sea salt in here. Just a little bit, it goes a long way, okay? Don't overdo it. Put these in the oven, 350 degrees, until they're done. Okay, I don't think the chia seed pudding is quite finished yet. Let's get a spoon. Ooh, it's pretty thick though. You see how much thicker it got? Do you see the thickness of it now though? I mean, what a difference, right? So I am going to plop them into little containers just for fun. Actually, no, I'm not, because then that would mean I would have to wash them, but I will give a little taste test. That is great. It's like a smoothie, and then you get the texture of the chia seeds. I really enjoy that. I think my kids are gonna love it. And if they don't, I mean, this is something that I can easily grab for breakfast or a snack. Ooh, I love this. I'm going in for more, I don't care. Okay, we've got our Captain Crunch. Ooh, see how easy that just came right out of the pan? Oh yeah, okay, so now I'm gonna cut this and give a little taste test. Oh my gosh! I really cannot wait to eat these. Even though Star Crunch are usually in the shape of a circle, right? Oh, do you hear that? Hold on. Oh yeah! I think my kids are gonna go the craziest over these. All right, let's get a peek on the inside. Look at that crunchy munchy.
Boy, Mom, you made brownies today? Cool.
All right, here's what the Chex Mix looks like. I may have left it in just a tad long, but I don't know, I feel like I didn't. I'm gonna put it into a bowl. Okay, that is it. Oh my gosh, finally. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. I hope you got some good snack ideas from this. I know I certainly did. The kids are home, they've been munching around. The pretzels, I would recommend using normal flour. I'm just saying, I won't make that mistake again, trying to make bread from gluten-free flour when you need gluten to make a good bread. But we did our best. Those will probably still get eaten. And I will say this Chex Mix tasted better before I put it in the oven. Maybe I cooked it too long. I don't know. It could be because my oven has that 411 degrees and not 300. So a little difference there. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, put a little happy in your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.